Greetings, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is the world I live in. This is the world that I see. It changes from day to day. Some days it is like this. Some days it is like that. Some days it's like in between. Lots of little clouds like that. Little clouds like that everywhere. Small clouds, not little, small clouds. I can see even as a child, I never despised this because I grew up in a world where I was taught that we needed this to grow food as much as we needed sunshine. And I grew to love the sunshine and the rain. To me, they're both important. But if you see this every day and you your plans don't include this, or if you see this every day and your plans don't include this, in Africa, most of the time it's like this. And the rainy season is just an annoyance. You very seldom see this, especially around West Africa, North Africa, the Sahara area, or Sahel as some people call it. The trees have all been cut, and as soon as the spring rain, as soon as the rains are gone, the grass get cut and burned. Not cut and used for animal food, cut and burned. Not cut and made for roofs that keep your house cool, cut and burned. So now the other problem arises that you have no ground cover, so the water evaporates from the ground. Nothing to keep that earth cool and the water in it. Water evaporates from the ground. Millions of Africans starve every year. The rain is gone, flies come in, all kind of insects, no food. That's been happening for thousands of years. And the culture that was built up over those thousands of years, never included replanting the trees or storing water. You drill a well and remove the water, but make nothing for storing the water. And when somebody from the West come and drill wells, it creates a controversy. Imagine that. You're not doing something for yourself. And most people don't want anybody to do it. The government is not interested in building the wells. The UN has to come in and do it. Tell them to do it. Give them the money to do it. Even though they're taxing the people like Kenya, Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania. And I use those nations because those nations have been the darlings of the West, where the West is saying, oh, the economy is going so well. No, they are making money off, hands and foot off the economy. The Africans in those states are still hungry. Before, the resource was gold and diamonds. When Europe wanted gold to trade with wherever they were sending ships. Today, the resources for making weapons and weapons of war, really. That's basically what it is. That cell phone you got in your hand was developed as a result of finding the communication method for war. Everything that the Caucasian does is as a result of war. Africa, a lot of talk, great speeches. I mean, just look at what the last 2 years, the Kenyan Ruto, look at his speeches. The speeches of the woman from Barbados, Mia Mottley. And then go look at the economies in these two countries. One in Africa and one in the Caribbean, but both run by Africans. Look at the economy and look at the people. Look at what the people are saying, how they are living. Great speeches. We got an economy in Barbados where they borrow so much money, not hope to repay. So every time the payments come around and the money, they have to sell some part of the economic machine of Barbados, whether it be the water system, the electrical grid, and now it's the landscape. Some of the most beautiful landscape is being sold to what they call foreign investors. Now, these people are buying up Barbados, and they said it's investing in it. They're not investing in Barbados. They're taking out the resources. They're not investing in. When you invest, you're going to build something for benefiting the country, the people that live in that country. The people who live in Africa When I say the people, 80%, 90% actually, the, the bureaucracy that's created to support the 0.3%, the other 9.9, between 7 and 9.9% are there to serve that tiny group that keep the pressure on the African states. And then there's the 80 to 90% of the rest of the population that are doing everything that they possibly can. Beg, borrow, steal, some work, create their own businesses. To survive. Because this never prepared for this. And today is this. The food that used to be imported is being cut off. You buy gas in Gambia, it's the worst that is made by the EU. Damaging your car. More expensive. The cars that come from the EU are the trash that the EU is trying to get rid of. African leaders are running everywhere begging for food and medicines. The roads, 60 years of it, either never built or never repaired. But the resources are taken out. Those foreign investments, the resources are taken out. Got young men in the Congo, children dying in holes in the ground to make the government in the Congo, but all over Africa, it's like that. The president and their families, which are usually the most elite, rich, the Rutos and the Kenyattas, the emirs in Nigeria, Ghana, the Ramaphosas, South Africa. People are dying, starving to death. They are rich, selling resources and not providing for the people. That's the position of Africans. You from the diaspora is coming into that. And you're not looking at what that can cause and what will happen if you get caught in something similar to what's going on in Kenya right now. How many of you are on the street demonstrating? How many of you taught the Kenyans that this would happen? And you in Senegal and Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, how many of you are showing the people in these states that this is about to happen? How many of you are preparing the people for this to happen? It can save your life, you know. But the same people will turn around and help you when things break out. Some of you are showing them how to rebuild after this happened. Be rebuilt, and how to negotiate. Because the African will go back and put himself in the same position that he just thought he got himself out of. Because the Caucasian always got a trick up his sleeve. They always have a plan, no matter how the thing come out. Oh, we rather talk about one another and how beautiful your house is and your pool. Sorry about the pause, but sometimes it's making these videos kind of, I start thinking about these things seriously instead of just casually. It kind of like starts staying in my head. It's like me looking at this and tell myself it's gonna rain, 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 and then start thinking about it's gonna flood, it's gonna flood, it's gonna flood. What am I going to do? But I know it's gonna rain, and I know after the rain, this comes. And it goes back and forth. Because that's the word, built. But I have to prepare for it instead of worrying about it. Going to Africa unprepared is the biggest mistake you can make. And 99.999% of us go unprepared. And then if anybody like me come up and start talking about the things that you're going to face in Africa, you get upset. Well, I guess this video is going to make you upset today. And I've even got Africans that get upset. Some tell me, watch your mouth. You shouldn't be talking about Africa like this. Africans are silent and dying silent. The only time they get all upset is when the Muslim come and say, hey, let's go conquer somebody like they did in Europe, not thinking that the Europeans are going to come back. And what happened after 1492, see how long it's lasted. It's been over 700 years now, and those Europeans have devastated Africa. Because you joined the Muslim, you joined the Arab. And then from the Arab, you bring in the Caucasian, sell your own people. Culture is something that grows with time. And the culture today grew with time. You want to keep that culture or you want to get rid of it? Think about it. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.